Hello and good day. My name is Theresa and I will be representing my group for this presentation. For this term paper, my group and I have selected a journal article titled Scrutinizing the Preferences in Literature Approaches and Activities from the Lenses of ESL Teachers. The authors for this article are Ashairi Suleiman, Melo Yunus, and Muhammad Yusuf Muhammad Noor. This article was published in the journal titled The Southeast Asian Journal of English Language Studies, Volume 25, Issue 2, in the year 2019. The problem statement or the purpose of this research is to find suitable activities that can be conducted in a literature lesson following suitable approaches. In this article, the authors highlight some models and approaches that are implemented or used for the teaching and learning of literature. The first model is called the cultural model, which is a more traditional approach and more teacher-centered. This is where the teacher teaches a literary text as something that is factual and for the sake of language learning. The second model is the language model. This model, the students access the literary text in a methodical and systematic way. This is where the teacher applies strategies that are commonly used for language learning. The third model is the personal growth model, and this model is influenced by the prior two models. This model focuses on the personal development of students, such as their personality and their feelings. This is where the students participate in activities by relating their own life experiences with the literary text. Aside from the three models mentioned, the article also highlights four important approaches. The first approach is information-based approach. This is where the teacher solely provides input to the students in a form of lecture notes, reading notes, and through feedback. The second approach is the language-based approach. This is where the students are exposed to the target language. This is where they will focus on the language elements or the linguistic aspects of a literary work, such as the semantics and the syntax. The third approach is the personal response approach. This is where the students are more involved in learning literature. The basis of this approach is to elicit personal responses from the students to encourage personal development. The fourth approach is the paraphrastic approach. This is where the teacher will be tasked to simplify a literary text into a simpler version to aid in the students' learning. This can be done in several ways, such as translating the text for bilingual students, or by summarizing a text or paraphrasing certain lines or sentences. Aside from the models and approaches, the authors also highlights important materials and activities that teachers can apply in their lessons. For materials, there are a mix of media or prints that they can use, such as audios, visual aids such as videos, YouTube videos, and a mix of infographics, comics, and so on. This is to help students to have a better understanding of the literary text and to also generate interest. Aside from the materials, they also suggested some performance-based activities such as discussions, role plays, and dramatization of a literary work. The benefits of having or conducting performance-based activities are that firstly, they help reduce learners' anxiety, it helps enhance their understanding of the literary work, and also develop their communicative competence. In the article, they find that a lot of the teachers they've interviewed find that activities such as comprehension questions, group work, and explaining the text are the most favorite activities to be done, whereas performance-based activities such as role plays, dramas are the least favorite. This is because they find that the comprehension questions or the group work provides a better input for students where they will understand the text better, whereas the performance-based activities take up a lot of time to perform and complete in a 2-period classroom. In conclusion, we find that balance is key because it is important for teachers to use a variety of teaching strategies to provide an overall effective learning experience for their students, especially when they are learning literature. We can have a mix of comprehension activities such as giving them quizzes. This helps to provide sufficient input for them to have a better understanding of the literary text and improve their thinking skills, such as remembering important facts. Another thing is, even though performance-based activities were the least favored amongst the teachers that were interviewed, we find that it is also equally as effective rather than less, because through role plays, dramas, and recitals, students will be more engaged in learning literature by performing the works live. This will also create experience for the students as they are learning literature. That is all from my group. Thank you.